failures, I don't know what is. I now recognize the ranking member, the gentleman from Mississippi, Mr. Thompson, for his opening statement.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, in nearly 2 decades that I've served on this panel, a panel created in the wake of September 11, 2001, terrorist attack, I've seen this committee come together to address some of the most important Homeland Security issues facing our nation. From supporting the establishment of the Department of Homeland Security in its early days to implementing the recommendations of the 9/11 Commission, and more recently, enacting significant cyber security legislation, this panel has built a record of bipartisanship in service to Homeland Security. But over the past 7 months, the character of the Homeland Security Committee has fundamentally changed from a bipartisan, solutions-focused committee to a platform for the most extreme MAGA schemes. To be honest, I'm embarrassed for the Republican majority, wasting the committee's time on so-called investigations. This entire endeavor is nothing more than a political stunt, hatched in back rooms so extreme MAGA Republicans can exert power over the Speaker. Today's hearing is yet another stunt to appease that crowd who are demanding the impeachment of someone, anyone at all. That same goes for the sham quote-unquote report we're hearing from the press that Republicans plan to release today. We've been given no time to review this document, much less offer any input. But if it's anything like the report Republicans released immediately before their last hearing, this one will be rife with errors and full of extreme MAGA rhetoric masquerading as fact. Meanwhile, the Republican majority is squandering the Homeland Security Committee's time and opportunity to deal with real work of our committee. In the 7 months since we took our oath from the 118th Congress, the Republican majority has proven itself to be uninterested in legislating and incapable of serious oversight. Instead of holding oversight hearings that would strengthen our nation's security and improve our Department of Homeland Security's authorities to carry out its complex mission, the majority is stuck in a southwest border Groundhog Day. The majority has held a variation of this hearing 9 times, but repeating the same hearing over and over again until extreme MAGA members get their way is not oversight. Dragging Border Patrol chiefs away from their job for politicizing interviews is not oversight. Don't get me wrong, addressing problems at America's border is a serious task, but oversight is about following the facts, not going on a fishing expedition when the facts don't fit an extreme MAGA narrative. The fact is that the administration plans to address the challenges at our southwest border and are working. Under Secretary Mayorkas' leadership, unlawful entries between ports of entry along the southwest border have plummeted since Title 42 was terminated on May 11th. The number of border encounters overall has plunged in that time. And between May 12 and June 2nd, DHS repatriated more than 38,400 non-citizens to more than 80 countries. The Biden administration has also taken unprecedented steps to combat the fentanyl crisis through a whole-of-government strategy focusing on disrupting the illicit fentanyl trade and traffickers' financial activities and addressing substance use here at home. Operational Sentinel, which Secretary Mayorkas stood up in April, has disrupted criminal networks and frozen TCO's financial assets. Operation Blue Lotus, established at ICE in June, has surged resources to ports of entry and interior facilities to combat fentanyl smuggling and break the fentanyl supply chain. Operation Artemis is leveraging intelligence to target precursor chemicals, pill pressers, and the movement of illicit fentanyl. and Operation Rolling Wave has surged inbound inspections at the southwest border, covering every sector. As recently named Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens said in a transcribed interview on May 5th, we have a very robust targeted enforcement effort where we work hand in hand with our investigative partners to actively disrupt, degrade, and dismantle those networks and those pipelines that are the smugglers. He went on to say, because we've got more detection capability, because we've more on the way, we've got the additional processing coordinators, we are in a better situation than we were in years past. President Biden's and Secretary Mayorkas' leadership and hard work has paid off. Our borders are not open, and those arriving outside lawful pathways are being sent home. The facts do not support the Republicans' case. You don't impeach the president or a cabinet secretary because you do not like their policies. And you surely do not impeach any officer of the United States just to placate the most extreme wing of a political party. It is time to move from this sham impeachment effort and do your duty as overseers and legislators. President Biden is fulfilling his duties. Secretary Mayorkas is doing his job. If the Republican majority doesn't like what they are doing or how they are doing it, they should get off their soapbox and work with Democrats to pass bipartisan border security and immigration legislation. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Gentlemen.